I got another story I want to tell, but I want to be clear. It's for educational purposes only. I do not condone that anyone does the actions in my stories or anything, but statute of limitations, it may or may not have happened, because it was in the past, over 7 years ago and whatnot. What the heck's going over here? Holy Spirit Festival. Oh, okay. Now they're all in my spot. I park over here and they're like on my dang spot, so I can't park over here. Whatever, I'll park up here. But yeah, so I was thinking about this. This was kind of funny. I used to like try to get everything done like as efficiently as I could, and not have to like leave the house and come back. Like I'd probably leave the house once or twice a day and be gone like all day. I'd be serving all day. And I had like, I don't know, like several bags on me, all different freaking sizes and stuff. And I'm rolling deep, and I'm stopped at a traffic circle, one of those like, roundabouts. And this guy, all I remember is like a white like Toyota, like a car or something like that over there. He like goes in front of me, and then all of a sudden, boom! I get hit from behind, knocks out my back window. So like glasses everywhere. It's a serious accident. Like this dude hit me, but he's driving a big ass truck, and there's really like no damage to him, but he destroyed my back door. And we get out and I'm like, I got to do this insurance thing. I don't want to make a big deal about it, but it's kind of like a truck like that, but it was red. So he smashes me, and I don't want to have to call the cops. Obviously, I got all this stuff on me. He's saying he was smoking and talking on the phone at the same time, and that's why he was distracted, which I don't know why he said that. Should have been recording the conversation. Well, I get a hold of insurance and everything, right? Like, I drive off, I gotta get the fuck out of there. I go to my next buddy's house, and he goes, what the heck happened? I'm like, dude, I was just in an accident. But I still, I had to go home after that. Like, it was just, there was no riding around through town, I was like, man, I just screws up my money, like, for the day, and even more, But what was crazy is when I got a hold of his insurance, they're like, yeah, all right, well, I'm going through my insurance. They're trying to get a hold of his insurance, and like, nothing came of it. Like he avoided it. And I have to say, I don't blame him for doing it, because I didn't file a police report. And that's what they told me. They go, well, if you didn't file a police report, there's really nothing we can do. And man, I was pissed, because the guy that hit me was somebody else that I knew. It was his friend, and they lived next door. And like, when I'm running around town, I saw his truck. I saw this guy again, and man, I'm telling this guy, I'm like, dude, I don't want to like use the word hate, but I'm like, man, fuck that motherfucker. Like, he fucked my shit up, and it still is fucked up. Like, it took me a couple months to figure out what to do, because insurance wasn't going to take care of it, which was crazy. And I got a beat up fucking van, with the broken window, and I couldn't really legally drive it. I had fucking trash bags covered over it. And it is what it is for the time being, but nothing came of it, and it really sucks. So I went to a junkyard, and there was a Toyota Sienna. It was a different type. So I actually have like an LS on my van now, but it's an LT. So I drive an LT with an LS trunk. And that doesn't mean anything. It's just the stuff's like power, power doors, so you can press the button and they'll open. Like they're supposed to do that. Well, I have to like hold my door open manually. There's no automatic release. And so like, I've gotten pretty used to that. I moved like 3 or 4 times with that. It was it's a process. It's hard to do on your own, but you do what you got to do. And it only cost me $300. So that's cool. It's better than like a couple thousand or whatever they were trying to charge me for a new door. The guy that was putting in my door, I'm pretty sure I still have like some blood on the top of my ceiling here because he hit his head. He was talking shit, like kind of about my van. Like he's like, oh, this, he was just working, but he's like, oh, this goddamn. I'm like, hey man, watch your head. And he stands up real quick and smashes his head on top of my van, and his head's bleeding. And I'm like, oh my God, like, catching bodies with this vehicle. I've been through so much with this vehicle. And yeah, so I got a mechanic's blood on top of my roof. I was in that accident, and after about 3 months I got it fixed for like $300. So life goes on and it's all good. But be safe out here. Like even those roundabouts supposed to make things like safer or more convenient for traffic, but I didn't feel the convenience. I felt the pressure. I'm going like, what the heck, man? So, eventually it was all good and life goes on. And, I just drove my mom's car for a while. Man, I put miles on that car. Funny story for another time. If this gets any views, like at least 10 views, if anybody gives me like a thumbs up, I'll tell the story of how I got arrested. Again, that was several years ago, and I don't condone bad behavior. You have to learn from your actions. But if anybody wants to hear the story of how I got arrested, please like this video, or don't. Have a good day.